Good afternoon, everyone. This afternoon, in English language, we want to continue from where we stopped in our previous lesson, which is reported speech. And we talked about the types of reported speech, which are direct and indirect. I said the direct reported speech is when we quote exactly, or when the reporter quotes exactly what the speaker said in the way and manner the speaker said it. When the reporter quotes exactly what the speaker said. And we do this by introducing the quotation mark. While the indirect reported speech, the reporter does not quote the speaker, which means the indirect reported speech does not make use of the quotation mark because the reporter is not quoting the speaker. This afternoon, we are looking at asking questions in reported speech. Under it, we are going to see how we can change a question asked from direct speech to indirect speech. How we can change a question asked from direct reported speech to indirect reported speech. So, when asking questions in reported speech, there are following guidelines we are to observe. And they are: introduce if, that is if, before the pronoun. This one deals with the yes or no questions. You introduce if, before the pronoun. Look at the example. Number 1, are you coming? Is a yes or no question. If we are to answer the question or to respond to the question, it will be yes, I am, or no, I am not. So let's report the question. Let's change it to an indirect reported speech. James asked me if I was coming. Are you coming? James asked me. James asked me if I was coming. Number 2, can you dance? I asked Clara. Can you dance? I asked Clara. The report says, I asked Clara if she could dance. Let's continue. The next is changes to was. Still on the yes or no questions. Is changes to was. Number 1 example. Is the computer teacher around? He asked. The report says he asked if the computer teacher was around. You see, the is has changed to was. He asked if the computer teacher was around. Not he asked if the computer teacher is around. No, that is wrong. Number 2, is that your father's car? Is that your father's car? Obi asked me. Obi asked me if that was my father's car. Obi asked me if that was my father's car. Let's continue. Can changes to could. Still on the yes or no questions. Can changes to could. Let's see the examples. Can I come with you? Can I come with you? John asked. John asked if he could come with me. John asked if he could come with me. Let's see the other example. Can we be friends? Mary asked Joyce. Can we be friends? Mary asked Joyce. The report says Mary asked Joyce if they could be friends. Mary asked Joyce if they could be friends. Okay, let's continue. The we and they. We and they. How do we make use of it? When the question is directed to the reporter, we remains we. That is, if the reporter is the one the question is directed to, the we in that statement will remain we. But when the question is directed to a third party, that is, when the question is directed to someone else who is not the reporter, we changes to they. Let's see the example. Can we be friends? Can we be friends? Anna asked me. You see now, the question is directed to me, and now I'm the one to report the statement. I will say, Anna asked me if we could be friends. Anna asked me if we could be friends. The we still remains we, because I am the one that the question was asked. I am still the one reporting the question. Can we go out together? John asked Tony. Can we go out together? John asked Tony. John asked Tony if they could go out together. The question was not directed to me, but now I am the one reporting the question. So the we changes to they. John asked Tony if they could go out together. Let's continue. Other examples. These ones are those questions that doesn't have a yes or no response. The non-yes or no questions. Number 1, when are you coming? John asked me. The response will be, John asked me when I was coming. John asked me when I was coming. What is your name? Asked the teacher. What is your name? Asked the teacher. The response will be, the teacher asked what my name was. You cannot say, the teacher asked me what is my name. It is not correct. Instead, you say, the teacher asked what my name was. Number 3, how will I solve the question? Edith asked Tolu. How will I solve the question? Edith asked Tolu. The response will be, Edith asked Tolu how she would solve the question. You see, the will changed to would. The will changed to would. Edith asked Tolu how she would solve the question. These are the ways which we can change a reported question from direct speech to indirect. These are the ways. I would like us to go through them carefully, study them very well, and be able to use it when communicating with others. So here are the assignment for this lesson. We have to change the following statements to reported speech. We have to change the following statements to reported speech. Number 1, is he your friend? Bola asked me. Number 2, Are they coming? I asked Mary. Number 3. Can we play together? Joseph asked David. Number 4. What are they doing? He asked us. And number 5. Where are you going? Taiwo asked Bola. This assignment is to be submitted latest on or before 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thank you and take care.